So I'm now at day 6 of my smoking cessation. This is a continuation, a follow-up to my last video, which covered about the first 48 hours, which are the toughest. So now I want to talk about what happened day 3, day 4, day 5. Now I'm on day 6. So day 3, it's a lot like day 2. It's still pretty tough physical addiction wise. You're gonna get lots of those urges to smoke. They're prompted by the addiction to the nicotine, and you just have to wait it out. There's nothing you can do but just wait it out. Each of those prompts, they are less and less strong as you go along, so you're gonna get the prompt, but if you just sit tight for 30 seconds, it's gonna go away. That's what day 3 is like. Day 3 is still pretty tough. Day 4, by then you pretty much work the physical nicotine addiction out of your system. I think this is what happens physiologically. I'm not a doctor, so I can't tell you for sure, but it sure does feel different. By the time you're at day 4, you enter into a different phase, and that phase I'm going to call reprogramming. And what reprogramming is you have a whole lot of different scenarios, different things that you do throughout your day that you would normally smoke. Say, at the end of your TV show that you like to watch, say at the end you go out and you have a smoke, or say, every time you finish dinner, you like to have a smoke. We got all these little things that we set up that these are the times that we smoke, and each of those has to be reprogrammed. So you have to go through your day and encounter those scenarios and then not smoke, and then that starts to reprogram your body so that or your mind, so that it's not prompted to smoke. I still find myself when I'm in a situation that I would normally smoke, I still find myself kind of reaching for it, and then I kind of got to remind myself, oh yeah, I'm not smoking anymore. I don't even have any cigarettes. So there's a lot of that reprogramming to be done, and it'll keep going for as long as you keep coming across situations that you might normally smoke in, and now you gotta not smoke in them several times before your mind is reprogrammed for that scenario, that situation. So there's that. So day 4, day 5 are all about reprogramming, and I'm on day 6. This is the morning of day 6. I think it's still about reprogramming, because, for instance, when I woke up before I went for my run, had a cup of coffee, and again, like your first cup of coffee in the morning, for me that was a smoke time, so have to go through the reprogramming. But it's nowhere near as kind of psychologically straining to do this reprogramming as it was to go through days 1 through 3 when you had the physical addiction to nicotine. So the other thing that happened to me yesterday, day 5, was that my wife decided she's gonna quit, and what she noticed, and I think she's right, is that it made day 5 for me a little bit more difficult than day 4 was. I was doing things like when I might normally go out to have a smoke, there were several times when I went outside and I sat on the porch as I would having a smoke, just to go through that part of the ritual. And I wasn't doing that like day 4 or day 3, so it was weird that I that I started doing that. I did that a few times on day 5, and she noticed it, and she said, and I think she's right, she said, looks like this was a little bit harder for you, maybe because I'm quitting. And you know, she ran out of cigarettes on my day 4, and then decided she wasn't going to buy more, so she's going to quit. So for yesterday, she had no cigarettes, and she said probably unconsciously, or you know, somewhere down in there, because you're aware that I don't have any cigarettes, you know, that was kind of one like last bastion of possibility for you, because even though you gave up your cigarettes, I still had some around, and so probably unconsciously you knew that they were still around, and so that was kind of a help for you. Now they're not around, now you don't have that, so that she thought that's what made day 5 a little bit more difficult for me. It might have been. I kind of think she's right, but at the same time, even if it was a little bit more difficult than day 4, both day 4 and day 5 were really very easy, compared to what the experience of day 1, 2, and 3 is. So I think if you can get through day 1, 2, and 3, then the psychological load lightens considerably, and then it's just all about that reprogramming, like I said. Now I'm in day 6. What I'm noticing this morning is, you know, not really much of the urge to smoke. There was that occasion when I was drinking my coffee this morning that I felt like, you know, and that was a reprogramming kind of a feeling, that I normally smoke and I gotta not smoke, and that, you know, it just takes like 10-15 seconds to go through that. Okay? But what I noticed this morning as I come to do my run and I went down the coulee is that I'm hacking up a lot of stuff, right? So I think at this point now, my body's gonna start moving into the cleansing mode. I mean, I got kind of a stuffy nose right now. My eyes are a little bit, you know, little bit, kind of feel a little bit sore. I've been hacking up stuff, and I think what I'm in for now is my body kind of purging itself of all the nasties. So I wouldn't doubt it if the next week or so, or even more, is just all about coughing up and clearing as much of that nasties as my body can do, relatively easy as it moves into that phase, the cleansing phase. And so I'm ready for that. I'm ready to kind of physically feel like crap and feel all, you know, have a lot of snot and stuff, phlegm and stuff being spit out. I'll be glad for that, you know, thankful for that cleansing, and so that's where I'm at. I will continue to make these videos for as long as it makes sense to make them, like as long as there's any sensation at all of a struggle, and eventually I'll hit the day where, and it won't be in the too distant future, I don't think, where it's really useless to continue making videos because there's nothing new to report. So day 6, and really not that difficult, you guys. Anybody that's thinking about maybe they want to quit smoking, it's all you gotta do to get there is stop saying maybe, and just once you accept that it's really something that you're gonna do, and then it's just a matter of carrying it out. If you're trying, it's never gonna work. Just forget trying, and when you're ready, actually, you know, firmly decide that you're done, and that's what's gonna work. So at least that's what's working for my case, and I tried several other approaches before.